Here is an original short story about an Egyptian woman filled with culture, strength, and a touch of mystery. The Lotus of Nile. In the ancient city of Thebes, where the Nile kissed the golden sands and whispered to papyrus reeds, lived Noura, a woman whose spirit was as fierce as the desert wind and as nurturing as the river itself. Noura was unlike others in her village. While many women prepared baskets of dates and rolled dough for bread, she spent her mornings studying the stars carved in temple ceilings and her nights reading scrolls under oil lamps. Her heart beat not to the rhythm of ordinary life, but to the pulse of destiny. Born to a humble potter and a graceful dancer, Noura inherited her father's patience and her mother's elegance. But she carried something rarer, the will of a leader. From childhood, she questioned everything: why the stars moved, why the river rose, why people bowed to fear instead of courage. One summer evening, when the lotus blossoms opened to the moonlight, the royal guard arrived in their village. The high priest had a vision: Egypt was in danger. The Nile would soon refuse to flood, threatening famine. The gods demanded someone wise, someone pure of heart, to journey to the temple of Isis and plead for the blessings of the river. The moment the decree was read, a hush fell, and then Noura stepped forward. Gasps echoed. Women clutched their children. Men exchanged stunned glances. A woman, young, unmarried, and from a modest home, volunteering for a task destined for priests and nobles, yet Noura's voice did not tremble. "I was born on the banks of the Nile," she said. "She has fed me, guided me, whispered to me. If she needs a voice, I will be it." The journey was perilous. Scorching deserts blistered her feet, jackals howled through the night, and doubt tried to slip into her heart like a sly serpent. But each time she faltered, she remembered her mother's words: "A lotus blooms most beautifully from the darkest mud." When she finally reached the temple of Isis, Noura knelt beside the sacred pool, its waters still as untouched glass. She spoke from her soul, not begging, not demanding, but promising: "If you return your blessing to our people, I vow to spend my life serving knowledge, truth, and the children of this river." The water rippled. A breeze stirred, and a single white lotus blossomed before her eyes, fresh, glowing, divine. When she returned home, the Nile had already begun to rise. The people called her Lotus of the Nile. Some worshipped her, some feared her, but Noura only smiled. She did not seek worship, only wisdom, and so she opened the first school for girls in her village, teaching them to read the stars, the soil, and their own hearts. For she knew that a nation's future is born in the minds of its daughters. And long after her lifetime, when the desert winds erased many names, the story of Noura remained, whispered by the river, carried by lotus petals, and etched in the eternal memory of Egypt.